Boom! It's 8:30, and that means it is time for the morning monorail at night happy hour show. This is the informal live show we do every other Monday where we get together with our friends. We have a little chat, we have a little drink, if you like, if you enjoy a drink or two, and we just hang out and wind down from another manic Monday, as I put in the description. So thanks everybody for joining. If you're here live, I'm happy that you're here. If you are tuning in later, update your calendars, okay? It's that easy. Put a reminder, just tell yourself, or if you're subscribed on the YouTube, hit the little bell and it'll tell you when we go live. So even if you don't remember, you're like, oh my gosh, Justin and the Morning Monorail is live on a Monday night and they're having fun. They're doing the thing and I should be there. But we would love to have you join us. We would love to have you join us. So make sure that you remind yourself to do it. We're going to start tonight with a special guest host. Joining us live from an undisclosed location, I'll disclose it in a minute, is our friend, Steffers. Hello, Steffers.
Hello, I had to sip my drink in honor of the occasion.
Of course. And by the way, Kevin said he wouldn't be able to join us tonight. So tonight we drink for Kevin.
Oh, cheers to Kevin.
Kevin, we miss you. You've been here every time for the first 2 or 3 times we've done this. But
every time, Kevin, you've been here for us.
Yeah.
So
60% of the time, he's here every time. Yeah. But we miss you, Kevin. We hope you'll be back next week. But for now, we will hold down the fort for you. Steffers, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm better now that I have a drink in my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm off work and I'm here with friends.
That's right. We're going to have more friends join us in just a minute. You look like E.T. in that hood. Look at you.
I really tried to get in character for this situation. Don't act like you didn't see me try to struggle to get this thing on in the first place.
I did. I wish you all could have been here in the pre-show. Steffers was flailing like Kermit trying to get
I really was. It was a mess. That's okay.
It was pretty awesome. What are you drinking?
A few-month-old Bud Light Lemonade Strawberry, which is probably the best one out of the 5 flavors they have.
I feel like either you had one of these at another point.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Oh, no, I did.
Okay.
It was gross.
But yeah, you weren't happy about it.
But
you got to finish them off, though. You paid, right?
There's still about 10 cans. So if anybody is in the North Carolina area and would like these, you can have them.
That's right. That's the undisclosed location that Steffers is reporting live from.
Oh, yes.
Steffers, you had somebody raid North Carolina and come visit you. Was that was this morning, right?
It was this morning, about 12 hours ago and counting.
Yeah. Who did you get to meet?
I got to meet Jen from Dillo's Diz. I got to meet her husband and her kids. I got to meet the whole family.
Whoa.
Except Frank.
See, now you're like 3 up on me then, because I've never met my bestie, Mr. Snidillo, in person, because he shunned me, by the way. I'm sure he didn't tell you this story.
He did not.
But he was in town at one point, and it was a work trip. I get it. He was here for work, but we had planned maybe to have a nice little friendly bromance Skyliner ride together. And maybe even a little lunch at Cosmic Rays. I anxiously waited by the phone, waiting to hear from him with bated breath, and never did my bestie reach out to me ever. And then I just hear, oh, he's back, and yeah, he rode the Skyliner without me.
That's honestly rude, Jay. You're gonna downgrade on my friends list.
Mr. Snidillo. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought everyone knew by now. Everyone knows.
It's one of those not so best kept secrets. Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, the rest of it is a secret. I can keep a secret.
No, Lewis, that is not why he shunned me. Because I was told that he wanted to meet me just as much as I wanted to meet him. Listen, Mr. Snidillo and I are like 2 peas in a pod. We have a lot of the same fandoms. The only thing is he's really into cars, and for me it's like, cars are fine.
We did not talk about cars. Actually, the whole breakfast we talked about pancakes, maple syrup, and sugar.
So yeah, I could talk about that.
Yeah, ask him how he puts his sugar in his coffee. And
Okay,
he'll be
I
like,
will have
why
to.
are you, he's like, why are you asking me that? And honestly, it intrigued me. So you should
Okay.
just do it.
All right. I will have to ask him that when I finally see him.
Yeah, well,
If it ever happens.
one
He's
day.
avoiding me. He's dodging me.
Oh, 100%. They're like, the monorails.
I think, you know what I think? I think Jen is worried that he's going to just be like such a big fan that I'm going to take up all his time after we meet in person.
Also
We'll be
probable.
inseparable.
I mean, we were. So there's that.
Well, I'm glad you got to do that. That's pretty cool. Hi, Facebook user. I'm not sure who you are. Could you
Oh,
identify yourself, please?
I'm going to stalk him. Oh, it's Jen. And then there is a Michael here as well.
Michael's here too. Hello,
Michael
Jenna.
is in a Zoom meeting. Yeah. Well, Michael's in a Zoom meeting.
Mr. Snidillo. Yeah. We tried. I'm usually the one who's like identifying people when they're not supposed to be identified. That's my job.
Oh, I thought everybody knew because he was on the Forever 40. He was on something and he definitely
He was
introduced
on Forever
himself.
44. Yeah, he
See,
was.
I know things. So it's not a secret.
But it's one of those things that's fun to pretend. It's like, we've said our actual last name on the podcast multiple times, but it's fun to act like nobody knows it. So
nobody knows mine. That's a secret.
It's a fun shtick. Yeah.
I like it.
Well, before we start welcoming in our friends, because we've got some more gathering in the green room, there's a big reason that I wanted you to be here with me to kick things off tonight, Steffers. And that's because if you all listen to the podcast today, you may have heard us talk about the fact that we're going to maybe change it up and not do Fast Pass Standby Snack Break every week because we got to make room for some special segments. Some of them are going to be things that I make up. I got a whole list of things I'm ready to talk about we haven't had time for. But the other thing is, we are officially ready to branch out. And we know that we can't necessarily talk Universal as well as an expert. So I reached out to the only expert I know.
That's me.
Yeah, the most thorough, the most learned of all of the Universal experts. And that was, of course, Steffers. And we said, Steffers, listen, you're charismatic. The camera loves you, and so does the mic. You know the Universal stuff. Why don't you bring that knowledge to the show? And so we're going to be introducing a special Universal segment hosted by Steffers, and it's going to be called Across the Universal with Steffers.
But we should have had the song. We didn't fully.
We should have had it queued up. That's
we
true.
Really should have. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'm ready though. I'm ready to join the squad.
Yeah. So at least once a month, maybe more, just depending on what's going on in Universal, and of course, if schedules allow, Steffers will join the show and bring that Universal talk into one of our segments. And I think our first one we've already discussed. We're going to talk some HHN. A little
HHN 30.
HHN 30. Jack is back.
Oh, can't wait. What a time. Well, I love Jack.
Yeah. It's true, Lewis. Eventually, we're just going to hand everything over to Steffers. This will just be the Steffers show. She's going to host this and the Dillos podcast.
That's a lot. That's a lot for Steffers to do. But yes, always, Lewis. I'm just taking over. I'm sticking my foot in there, and then I'm leaving ET in the room. That's how I'm doing it.
So Steffers officially part of the Morning Monorail team. We're so happy to have you as our Universal correspondent.
Yep, and Landon has agreed to pay me. He's not here, so he can't deny it.
Landon, yep, he's going to give at least a portion of the paycheck that I send to him will come to you. Yeah,
correct.
I'm sure he'll agree to that. But yeah, it's going to be lots of fun. And what we're hopefully building to eventually, just a little teaser, is maybe Steffers' own little podcasting universe. Who knows? Who knows?
Stay tuned.
Yeah. So
there's a minion that's dead on my floor that I was just pointing out to everyone.
I see it. I've got my cursor on it. That's a dead minion back there.
He's really dead.
Maybe he was already imbibing. He started the happy hour way before we did.
Yep, that's Landon after a night out on the town.
That's right. Yeah, that's right, Donna. We're glad Landon's paying up. He should.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Donna. Thank you.
He's going to be sending the Disney dollary dues over there.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know how he's going to pay. I'm getting my minion friend. Hold on.
Okay, you get him, and while you do that, I'm going to bring in a friend. Let's welcome in the one and only, the person who shares the most wonderful pictures that you've ever seen of garbage cans in your life. It's Lewis. Hey, Lewis.
I'm starting to wonder who's this going to be.
Who else shares beautiful pictures of garbage cans?
Well, when you got to garbage cans, I knew it was me. Actually, there's a Disney trash can account. I think it's Magic Cans.
I thought that was
Oh, of
you.
course.
Is that not you?
No, there's a Twitter account that just shares trash can pictures.
Yeah.
That's a mood.
Lewis, while you're here, I got to start our theme music. You all be able to hear this now. I finally worked it out. You all can hear the Nomad Lounge music playing right now. I cannot. That's just how I have it wired up. So you all
Lewis.
enjoy getting down.
I'm getting down.
Well, Lewis, I'm happy to have you again. Is Val busy tonight?
Yeah, she's still COVID suffering in the
No.
Lumberland.
That's sad.
This is a drink for Val then.
Yeah, no, we need to add Val to the tonight. This is for Val. Yeah. We miss you, Val.
Always miss you, Val.
Yeah, Dr. Val. Put some respect on it.
Oh, sorry. We're friends. I think I can drop the pleasantries with the doctor, but that's fine. Whatever.
Well, I mean, I guess if you know her like that.
I mean, I do. I do.
We got one more friend I'm going to welcome into the show before we really get into the hang and start the chats going. And that is he's new, relatively new to the area, but he is a local now. He's more local than even I am. And that's why he has really earned the title Theme Park Rob. It's Theme Park Rob.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, Rob, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I just want to preface this. I'm going to have to stay muted for a while because they are doing some serious construction down in the kitchen right now.
Okay.
So,
Who's doing construction at 8:40, Rob? I'm gonna need you to tell them it's happy hour.
we've been waiting for 2 months for this job to be done. They can work as late as they want.
Let them work. Let them do it.
Yeah,
I know that feeling all too well.
Yes.
Well, we are happy you're here, Rob, regardless. So feel free to, just take yourself off mute and chime in anytime you want to. Steffers, I don't know if that's going to stay.
Well, bet money.
Okay.
It's going to take a big ass magnet to hold that up there.
Yeah, a whole new line of shoulder buddies for sure.
It's fine. They got minions. It's fine. We can make it work.
I would like to know what the real scale of a minion is.
Probably this size.
You think so? You think that's scale right there?
I mean, yeah, Gru is. Yeah.
I pictured them to be skinnier, I guess. That's a plump minion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know enough about minions. Put them on a weight program. You're overfeeding that minion.
It's all the pomegranates that I eat, man.
He looks
Honestly.
happy. He looks happy. So
I used to have the purple one, and then I don't know what happened to him.
I didn't know there were purple minions.
Yeah, the purple with the. No, you've never seen the evil one.
Oh,
Okay,
maybe. I don't know. That's kind of ringing a bell. Well,
that's fine.
Rob, have you got a drink with you tonight?
I do not because I have to leave in about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
My son is flying into. Actually, I'll be right there near your place. They're flying into Sanford tonight.
Oh, okay.
So I have to pick them up and bring them home.
That's exciting.
Yeah. My youngest one just flew back to Cincinnati this morning, so we've got the boys in for a week and a half.
Nice.
It'll be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Good to have
That's
family.
scary.
What is the hammering?
Yep. That's scary.
I keep hearing what sounds like a missile dropping. It's like
Honestly, it sounds like it's like a nail gun, but
it does sound like a nail gun.
then I think it's
one of
murder.
those.
And I can't tell
Yeah.
if it's the music or not. It's kind of a wild.
It's like a watch. Should I turn the? I can
sound.
turn the music off if it's
I'm
making a
vibing.
cacophony.
No, I'm
No, it's
vibing.
not that. It's just
I was vibing, Justin.
I'm sorry. It's fine.
Hey, I enjoyed that music the other day at Nomad Lounge.
Yes, you did.
Of course you did. While you ate a feast and drank a
Yeah, I
a drink.
drank. Yeah, a few. That was good. That was a good time, though.
Hey, right here's the place to talk about it. So tell us, was this your first ever trip to Nomad Lounge?
It was. Yes, it was. We had, for whatever reason, when we were traveling down here, it just, we've all been there. Everybody's been there. You try to cram as much as you can into your trip, and going in to sit down and eat, it just didn't seem like it was something that we were ready to do. And Nomad Lounge just didn't seem to have, we just didn't have a draw to it.
Okay.
We didn't understand what we were missing.
Yeah.
I would have never gone. I would have
Never?
never gone if it hadn't been for Justin. And talking about ribs. I'm just saying, it was like, it's a little thing. I'm sitting outside in the hot.
Honest,
sun.
that's the same reason. They are the reason. Right
Look
here.
at Justin. Look at Justin making recommendations and people actually going through with them.
At least go into the restaurant.
Or at least go in there. Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's fine, Rob. It's
I
totally
know.
fine.
I know.
It's really funny because you were just the recipient of like years of frustration, because I feel like what's happened over and over again is people are like, hey, you go to Disney all the time. Can you tell me where should I go eat? What should I try? Inevitably, when I give people a list, those are the things they avoid. Steffers did it too. So don't think
I'm trying to think of what it was you told me to try, and then we just didn't. And I can't remember, but I know I did that to you, and I'm really sorry.
That's okay. Hey, Kevin, it's good to see you. Guess what, buddy? We're doing this in honor of you tonight. Tonight we drink for Kevin.
Where's Kevin on Facebook?
He just commented. He said he just dropped in to say hi.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Yep, all for Kevin.
All for you. Yeah, Drunk Stormtrooper does love Nomad Lounge. I think he started hyping it up around the same time we did. Of course, he doesn't have like a podcast that he can use as an outlet. He just does it, in his own Drunk Stormtrooper way, through his now unsuspended Twitter and his
I've
Instagram.
never had a conversation with Drunk Stormtrooper, by the way. Never.
It would
ever.
go about as you imagine.
Okay, no, that's fine then.
He's awesome.
I'm looking forward to that conversation. Really.
Yeah. It's even better if you get to meet him when Frank is around, because basically the whole goal becomes how quickly can he make Frank uncomfortable. And it's his favorite game to play. Yeah. But he's good at it. He wins.
That's fine. I'll just imagine, and then it'll exceed my expectations. It's fine.
He's very cool. He's super nice, super sweet, big-hearted guy. I mean, I hope everybody gets a chance to meet Drunk Stormtrooper.
Yeah, he flies in. He could flies in. I'm sure they do. I'm not sure where he comes in from, but he was just in over the weekend.
Yeah, he's in a lot. Yeah.
I feel like he might be at at least one of the meetups. He was at last year's meetup.
He did.
So, but he doesn't show his face.
Not on
Unless you
social media.
Okay.
No.
I just didn't know if that was just like a social media thing, or if it was like I'm going to wear a paper bag.
He walks around like that all the time, bumping into walls. That's what makes it funny.
Well, there you go.
It's real
Can't
hard
see
to
a
see in
thing.
that mask. Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Oh man, because Val has one of the Darth Vader masks. You can't see out of that thing.
No.
You could not wear that.
I don't
Like
think I
the-
could
the
breathe
Halloween
in that
thing.
thing.
Yeah.
Well,
same
why do you
thing.
think Darth Vader sounds the way he does? You can't breathe in that thing.
That's right.
No, but he's super nice. He doesn't mind being in selfies, but if you take a selfie with him, he's like, hey, don't post that to social media, or like put something over my face. So, as long as you oblige. I downloaded a Stormtrooper mask that I can stick to pictures of him now anytime I get one. So
That's great.
yeah, he feels comfortable with that. But if you ever come to my house, back after our refrigerator died last year and we had to replace it, now we've got one of the ones that totally has a absurd touch screen on it that you don't need. And I like putting pictures up there. There is a picture of Sam, me, Drunk Stormtrooper, and his significant other with no mask. So,
Okay, but am I on your fridge? We have a photo together. Am I not on your fridge, Justin?
You're not on the fridge yet.
I am offended.
You haven't made the fridge yet, but
Honestly.
I haven't updated those pictures in a while.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I would be more offended if you had. I would be not offended, but I would be feeling bad for you if you had pictures of me on your.
You would be
No,
a
no.
guest.
Oh,
I don't even know what that's all about.
No. Lewis, we're
There's,
all gonna. It's a ride photo. We'll just get a ride photo together.
We can
What's a
do that.
ride we'll all fit on?
Pirates.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I don't know where that camera is. So that's
It's the talking skull that's like you're supposed. Sometimes you get caught looking over your right shoulder because that's where the skeleton driving the ship is.
Yeah.
And then to your left, there's like a skull that's talking, and it's like
On a
dead
big
man
pirate
tail,
flag.
no tail. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of rides I don't know where the camera is at Disney.
Oh, I can help you with that, Steppers, because I eat those cameras up every time.
Haunted Mansion, you're a pro. I'm still like dead face every time. Dead face.
I know where that one is. Yeah, that one took a couple times though, because it does kind of catch you off guard.
Always.
And I still don't totally know when the picture is taken. I know where it is, but I don't know if, like, because was that flash for the one in front of me, or was it for me, or the one behind me?
Right.
So usually I hold the pose for a very long time.
Haunted Mansion is dumb too, because when you're leaving, you got the pictures of the three hitchhiking ghosts, and then you're going down the wall where they put stuff in the seat with you. And that's not where you get the picture.
Right.
I don't get the picture with my head off. That would be such a good picture.
No,
That would be a good picture.
I can't
You
tell if
don't.
I'm yelling. These headphones are.
no, you're fine.
You sound
Your
like Lewis.
quality.
Oh my goodness!
Get mad about the Haunted Mansion
Shit.
picture.
No, I'm sorry.
The one that I
alright.
struggle with still is Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger
Oh yeah.
spin.
Well, they've moved
That
it.
one, yeah, I thought so. The last time we were there, I think when Frank and I were on it, I said when the photos showed up, I said that's not.
They
that
have
is
moved
not
it.
where it's-
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn the photo used to be at the beginning when you were first getting into position. Like it's before you get control, because of course they don't want you spinning backwards. But you go through that disco ball area. I could have sworn that's where the picture was initially.
I thought it was where that hallway is. Like when
Now
when
it's at the
you're-
very end.
Oh, yeah.
we
No,
need
I
some
think
way.
it's taken through the end. We need a map of the
We
ride.
need some. I did it again.
No,
You're
go
good.
ahead.
We need some way we can share pictures when we're in these things, because every single one of my pictures on that screen, I have this look on my face like I don't
See?
didn't even know they were taking my picture. I'm trying to score some points.
Well, that's the idea. They want you to
Yeah.
be like shooting
The
at something with that
concentrating.
concentration on your face. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I got concentration. All right. Oh my God, those are so funny.
Here's what I don't understand. Why is there not an on-ride photo for Big Thunder Mountain? Why? I want
Agreed.
that one. Give it to me. The other one is Grand Fiesta Tour. When you're first going in, you see the first screen, and Jose and Panchito are telling you they're looking for Donald. I think Jose pulls up a camera and he's like, "Say cheese." There's no photo for that ride, but they could easily put it right there. So why not? That's what I'm saying.
Disney, if you're listening,
More
there it
photos.
is. Yeah.
You're certainly going to sell some now that you put the watermark on them, Mr. Chappie. It's all Chappie's fault.
I love how everything's by Jay
It is. Every bad thing. Listen, people are still saying thanks Obama. If people can still say thanks Obama for everything, I'm going to thank Chappie for every bad thing.
It doesn't matter what position he has. If he's a leader, if he's running the theme parks, it's all his fault.
When you are the guy in charge, unfortunately, you take the lumps, and then I give all the credit when good things happen to Daddy tomorrow. That's the way we do things around here.
It's all Filoni. Filoni does all the good stuff. Feige and tomorrow.
That depends.
Chipek's like, I hate everything. He's the Grinch.
Yeah, he's evil. He's an evil man. He's a tiny. Yeah, his heart shrunk 55 sizes as soon as he became the CEO. I think that's true.
Well, you didn't love him
60
as the
in
park
this
guy
place.
either. So.
No, I didn't love him as the park guy.
Uh-uh.
He's a lightning rod. You got to have a lightning rod, and he's the guy.
He is it for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if you all know, for those of you who aren't in the Patreon Discord, speaking of lightning rods, I feel like this was a genius stroke that I did over there, and I haven't gotten quite the credit for it. I actually made this channel, the Dawes Bar and Grill, and it's for all the nonsense. It's a nonsense rodeo over there. That's where it all goes. And it's really cleaned up a lot of the other channels. I just want to say, pat myself on the back. You gotta have a place like that to focus all the craziness, and then everything else can be a utopia.
And you named it after the Dawes for that specific reason. Is that?
Well, he's the one that usually likes to run in a room and fart. So yeah, of course,
Okay.
he gets the credit.
Just making sure.
I mean, He's not quite a Loki, but he's maybe a lower Loki at some points. He does like chaos.
Is he the same in person all the time as he is when he's transmitting himself? Because some people are not and some people are.
You muted yourself, Rob. But that's interesting. I think Landon's pretty genuine. Like when we record, I mean, he is a funny, goofy guy. I mean, one of the things you see, like when we do the post show after we've recorded, like the Landon you see there is pretty similar to the Landon that you would see like in person, I think.
As somebody who has recently met him, I would agree. He's a pretty straight shooter too. It seems like.
Yeah,
I mean, he really is.
Yeah, you definitely know what you're getting with Landon, which is a good thing. I mean, he's real, and I think all of us when we make the podcast, we all kind of go into show mode at one point or another. But I think that one of the things that maybe people like about the Morning Monorail is that we tend to be pretty much us on the show. So,
I mean, he is an entertainer. So
yeah,
that's.
And the drinking thing's not a shtick. I mean, he really does like to drink. So.
Well, I kind of gathered that about most of you. But
hey, listen, 2 different degrees, okay?
There's a Landon, and then there's someone who can't think of who drinks less in our group, if we're being honest. So,
like a step down from Landon. I mean, I would say I'm at least a level below Landon for sure. Sam might be somewhere between Landon and me. Sam like falls somewhere in there.
Huh.
I would say. If it were up to her, maybe, when she's cutting loose.
That's what I gathered. Like when they were on the show, when they would be on the show and she would talk about it, I'm like, yeah, she knows how to party.
She does. I'm the Debbie Downer usually.
Oh,
same.
Yeah, me too.
Not me. No.
That's all right, Lewis. Somebody's got to keep things sane around here when we all get out of our minds.
Look, usually when I'm at a party or something like that, where with people, usually I'm the one who's insane, and then everybody catches up to me to insane, and then they just go way past me, and I'm like, I do not know what's going on.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen Lewis drink while he's been on here.
Mm-mm.
Like, ever.
I've never, so I don't ever, so.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, huh. So then Lewis, and then you go from Lewis to Landon is where our range is going to be.
Lewis to Landon is the range. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah.
I'm more Lewis. I'm Team Lewis all the way. Don't tell Landon.
Oh, yeah? Is that true, Miss Shark Attack? I don't know about that.
Since I've heard Landon say, you're the most favorite person in the podcast to everyone except for myself. I don't remember. It's fine. I get it.
Wait a minute.
Yikes. Those are the fighting words.
We got another one here. So Michael, he also does not drink. So he's there with you, Lewis. Hey, we got to have moderators. We've got to have designated
drivers.
Yeah.
The same thing. That's fine.
Oh, someone's got a question for Lewis.
It's Adam.
Adam has a question for Lewis.
I don't know if he's typing it though, so this is awkward.
Please send it in. We're ready. We are taking questions now. Yes, you in the back. Yes. We'll see.
I love it when you're in a chat conversation with somebody who's typed slow, and you're like, you answer back like 20 words in 10 seconds, and they're like 2 minutes later they go, okay.
Well, it's funny too because the chat's delayed from it's
at
all
100%
delayed.
It's fine. I'll wait, Adam. We'll wait.
I had a question for you guys while we wait.
Sure.
Okay.
Shoot.
We talked about the golden statues that they're going to be installing in the 4 parks as part of the 50th anniversary, and I thought it'd be kind of fun. Here's the question. The Mickey. Oh, whoops. The Mickey and Minnie on your back wall. Is it a Lego set?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
And now, I love it.
Did you freehand those?
No, you can buy a set.
Okay.
And you can buy 2 sets and they connect together. And then they make the Mickey head behind there.
I see the Earful Tower back there, Spaceship Earth, Cinderella Castle, and the Tree of Life. Those were all sets?
No, I made those.
You made those freehand?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and this one's nuts, too. The two of them are terrible. And I lost
two of them.
I have no idea what's going on, but...
Oh, he got unplugged.
This one's made with like 1 million Legos.
Wow.
Individually pieced together.
That's awesome.
That's impressive. That's a very nice display piece, too. I like it.
It is cool. It is very cool. He's got to fix himself up.
I believe in you, Lewis. You can get there.
This is good for podcasting and video, live video. Okay. That's really cool, Lewis. How long did it take you to build Cinderella Castle?
Probably a month. It was mostly buying Legos because these are like tiny, tiny Legos put together. So
that's very cool. Well,
watch me knock it off the table.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
Gosh.
I told you all I broke my train station, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so sad about that. But at least I have instructions to put that back together. So, okay. So the question was the statues that are going to go in the parks for the 50th. We thought it was kind of a fun conversation talking about like what we would like to see a statue of in what park. So I wanted to ask you guys, like, throw out some ideas. What golden statues do you want to see? Let's start with Animal Kingdom. What golden statues would you put in Animal Kingdom? Anybody?
I'm trying to think of something that's not Lion King because I feel like Lion King is just too on the nose.
Would you?
So
go ahead, Lewis.
This is the proof that you did not give us the questions ahead of time.
Because we got to think about it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll tell you. If I was going to throw this, I said on the show, not Sigourney Weaver. That would be funny to have a golden statue of her. But what about like a banshee? It'd be cool if there was like a golden banshee somewhere in Pandora. You could do like over in Dinoland. Yeah, I mean you've got to. I feel like they have to.
Yeah, the Yetis. That would be the only one I could think of, like off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Up because you have the Up characters over there.
The Up characters are there. Yep.
I would say Flick, but how many people really recognize?
I didn't think about that, but I think that's a good idea. This is a good one. A statue of Baloo.
Baloo. Yeah.
Baloo's a great idea. Yeah.
All the Nemo characters.
Donna likes Flight of Passage. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about Kermit and Miss Piggy. I didn't think about Nemo being there too. So yeah, you've got options. You could put Nemo over there, and he's already, he's orange and white. So you've got the gold, that would work. But yeah, okay. I feel like we got some ideas.
The fin would be a tell, not necessarily the color. Like Nemo's little fin.
His lucky fin.
That'd be cute. You could
I feel like there's some like African thing, like over at the Lion King show. Not the like Simba or one of those, but there's like some artwork that would make a great statue come to life as well.
I still think we need a Joe Rohde, but
no people.
It's got Joe Rohde.
Nothing.
Look, I mean, it's true. I get it.
We learned nothing from the Bill Cosby debacle.
You're taking
a risk.
Put up people. You're taking a risk if you put up a real person. I get it. Yeah, but if anybody, if you can have a partner statue of Walt in the Magic Kingdom, and you can, what is happening? Did every appliance just go off? I felt like it was Carousel of Progress when he's like, "Oh, look at all these appliances," and they all start going at the same time. But yeah, like you got Walt. He's got a statue in Magic Kingdom. Of course, Roy is there with Minnie as well. I mean, over in Animal Kingdom, if you were going to do that for anybody, it would be Joe Rohde, and he should be holding hands with the Yeti.
Your Yeti moving joke was the best. I'm just saying that was perfect.
All right. So let's move on then to Epcot. I think Figment is a given. You got to have a golden Figment.
Yeah,
correct.
How about a crash test dummy over by Test Track?
Yeah.
I want a Crikey near China for Mulan. Thanks. That's
Yep.
it.
Okay.
That's all I want. Instead of Mushu's get a character meet and greet. He deserves a statue. It deserves, I don't know. I'm assuming gender.
I was thinking too about like, what if you went back to early Epcot and you brought in like, do you need some kitchen cabaret golden statues maybe, or like possibly what was that the robot that they had? What was it called? I can't think of it. It was like I'm smarter than you or something. I don't know what it was called. But you could have a statue of that robot. I don't know.
I like robot statues. I can dig it. I'm down with it.
Donna's down with Kitchen Cabaret. She votes yes for Kitchen Cabaret.
Oh, I'm in 2 tabs.
Epic. It would be a golden statue of Rocket over there by, Guardians. Sure. I'm good with that.
But what about Groot? Can it be Rocket with Groot on his shoulder?
Ooh.
That would be cute.
There you go. Ellen. We need a statue of Ellen over there. No, maybe not.
Do people not like Ellen? Is that
you know, there were
I'm
some
just-
things that came up over the last year or so with Ellen that made her maybe
questionable?
it would be
Fine.
divisive at the very least. What about Gary Sinise, Golden Gary Sinise over there by Mission Space?
Oh yeah,
That's perfect timing.
Who else?
Give me a Martin Short in Canada.
I'm
Who
looking
knows?
at my thing and to see if there's anything else that pops into my head.
I mean, would you do? Because you wouldn't do stuff that, like Mary Poppins or anything like that. That doesn't make
Penguins.
sense.
You could do the penguins.
A penguin.
Yeah.
With a bow tie.
I mean, we got to
I'll-
think if there's 50, there's only going to be maybe 6 or 7 in the 9 Magic Kingdom Park.
That's true.
Yeah, you're
Adam-
probably right.
Adam says Alex Trebek.
Alex Trebek. Oh, that's a good one.
He even texted it to me because he was afraid we wouldn't see it on Facebook.
Yeah. No, Alex Trebek is a good one. Instead of Ellen, we'll do or Bill Nye. Either one, right?
We
could
should do
Bill Nye.
both. We should do both.
But that would be a good tribute to Alex Trebek. People would not get it. But
I mean,
they'd be like, why is Colonel Sanders over by
no, that's
Hey, now that's a good idea. No.
Colonel Sanders? How about a golden Beverly statue?
Oh, that's gross.
I don't know how you do it, but figure it out, Disney. That's what you need.
Exactly. Figure it out.
See, I would think they'd probably go with more like the icons of things, not so much people or characters.
Oh, I know.
At Epcot.
I'm sure they would.
Because I see in my head the Mission Space kind of swooshing thing. The best part about it, the outside.
It is.
Even
You're
though I
right
love
about
the ride, is still the best part is the way
it
on the
looks.
outside.
I think it looks better. It's like more. It's just as enjoyable to look at that building as it is to ride the ride for me because it's a risky. That is a risky play. Going Mission Space Orange for me every time.
Big skip.
I never know if I'm going to come off nauseous or not. I give it a try.
I'm seriously amazed they put a restaurant attached to that place, that space, because of how divisive the ride is.
Yeah. Well, it is funny because I definitely don't recommend eating and then immediately going to ride Mission Space. That's probably not a great idea. Good thing they have the vomit bags in the ride vehicles.
Oh, they still have that? I've literally only ridden that ride twice. I've ridden it twice. That's good to know.
Do you go green
Just-
or orange?
I don't think that they were split.
Oh, they didn't.
Or I don't. Yeah, it was when I was a youth.
that
I
was a
didn't think
while
you were
ago.
that old. I'm just saying.
When it was still really rough, and I guess they had to tone it down because haven't been on it since that.
We got to vote for I think Olaf.
Yeah, that's
Olaf wouldn't be bad. That might be a little less divisive than like putting an Anna or Elsa. Like just put Olaf. Everybody loves Olaf.
so the belly
what if-
dancers, maybe.
In Morocco.
The guy with the bagpipes for off kilter.
I was gonna say we need an off kilter statue that people would love. And if we're gonna do that, you might as well do was it British Invasion?
Yeah, you know how much goodwill could they give by bringing back those people for the 50th?
Oh, that would be huge.
You know, it's off kilter playing the Morocco. They're playing the dancers and the.
Yep. Bring back the drummers in Japan. Oh my God. Please.
Bring back everyone.
Were they canceled for good, or were they just?
I feel like it was the same situation that it was. Sorry, the dog is getting involved now, but I think it was the same situation with them as it was like all of the live performers. They were just, I guess, laid off indefinitely.
I didn't remember if it was COVID related or if it was.
It all happened after COVID. Okay. Budget cuts because of COVID, I think, if I had to guess. But okay, all right, let's move on. Let's talk about Hollywood Studios. I feel like definitely Kermit and Piggy. I feel like that was voted on by Adam early on. Kermit and Piggy. Chewbacca. I'd take a golden Chewbacca.
As you should. It's the only correct answer.
I think you got to have probably Woody and Buzz over in Toy Story Land.
Yeah.
A golden Rod Serling.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what to put in up there by Tower.
Yeah, Donna's got it. We need a golden Steven Tyler.
Yes, we do, Donna. Yes, we do.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I think you could have, though, like, kind of go back to the Stars and Motor Cars parade. What were the big personalities they had in that thing? Didn't they have like a Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe is at. Let's not talk about it. It's fine.
She can be in both places. Sure, she can.
That will be confusing for the children.
Only if they're in both places at the same time. Maybe if someone's FaceTiming with them, that would get confusing.
Exactly. Me, I'd get confused.
I'm sorry you had to bring up Stars and Motor Car. What is it? I can't remember the name of it exactly. But that just makes me sad. We were looking through the Star Wars weekends pictures just this last week. And
oh, yeah.
It's just so sad. Some of the cool things we used to have. And I mean, there's cool stuff we have now too, but I love the Epcot festivals, but there was something specialer about the Star Wars weekend kind of thing. I never actually made it to the ESPN one, but I used to have a sports one too, as I recall. And soap operas.
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, I never. You need to clean your room, Steffers.
I do. Thanks.
I never got to do Star Wars weekends. That's one of my big regrets. I'm really sad I didn't get to do that. I wish they would bring that back. I doubt it'll ever happen, but I wish they would.
It was fun.
There were a lot of
silly fun.
Yeah, there were a lot of things I missed. Just not being able to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Same, but mostly because I was broke.
Yeah.
Well,
you weren't grown yet.
I wasn't grown. Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah.
That out.
Oh, I just thought of this, though. We probably need a golden Indy. Put Indiana Jones over there by Echo Lake. And
You're muted, Rob. You're muted, Rob. But yes, I agree. I believe in you, Rob. You got it. I believe in you.
There we go. How's that?
Yep. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about Indy, and then I thought, how much longer is that really going to be there?
Well,
as far as the attraction, but does that not matter? So
I think it doesn't. I think it doesn't matter because even if it was to go away, you still have tribute to the fact that that was like a big anchor for the park for so long, the stunt show. Do we think that needs to go away? Do we think it needs to be updated? What are you guys' thoughts on that one?
I would like to see it updated. I think it's it eats a lot of people.
Yeah.
It eats a lot of people. So, and it's a good show. Just a little bit of updating. And
so what would you update? Maybe a better, different story? Maybe some different humor?
Well, I think you can incorporate more of we've had more movies since then. We're getting ready to have another one, because it's mostly Raiders based. So maybe you change up the scenes a little bit. But I think one of the things you have to ask, that is a huge chunk of real estate. Like, couldn't they use that for something else? But the big advantage of that theater is, like Rob said, it's such a people eater. You'd have to figure out, like, where do people go? Yeah,
I don't want to see it go, but it's not something I do enough anymore because it's the same humor, the same jokes. Right. I did get to see Mark, I can't. Mark, LOL. What is his name? The guy who used to the Disney Live stuff.
Okay.
I believe you.
He was hilarious. But it's always the same thing. That's the one thing that's kind of interesting about Disney is they do the same thing over and over and over, and we still keep going over and over. Like the Frozen show. It's always the exact same show now, but it's still good.
Well,
why don't they change it a little?
I don't know. I really do feel like you're talking about Frozen Forever After the sing-along.
Yeah.
I think that you get a different show based on the historians, because at least like when you do have two different historians, I feel like they get a lot of room to improv.
Yeah, a little bit.
Show. I saw one.
I haven't seen either.
Somebody videoed one the other day, and like they got into a lot of crowd interaction. Like,
really?
There was like a 5-minute segment where they were going back and forth with people in the crowd about something.
Wow.
Yeah.
They usually limit that to just a couple exchanges, and
because I hadn't seen much of that since the guy left. Who again? His name, Mike? Yeah, Ben. Like, he was the one that was really hilarious. Sometimes almost too hilarious. So the show was like completely out of control, and you're like, if this was the only time you ever saw this, you would have no idea what you just watched.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they do have it's almost like a skipper on the Jungle Cruise, right? They got to hit a lot of the same notes, but they get room to play with it, and that's what kind of keeps it fresh, I think.
Oh yeah.
Whereas I think there's less room in the Indiana Jones show.
Definitely.
Yeah. That one really is pretty much the same every single time. Beat. Has to be, I guess.
What could be another show they could stick in there, though? Not to take away from us going to the next part, but what could be something?
Star Wars.
You know, I feel like there should be a live Star Wars show, but they'd have to stick that over in Galaxy's Edge, unless they just decide to take that whole, like, stretch it all the way, you know, through the Muppets Plaza and take that whole. Hopefully they don't do that, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like a stunt show is good for Hollywood studios, so I'd want it to be something like that. I don't know.
Who stunts?
Who stunts? Yeah, that's the question.
Guardians?
Maybe. You could probably do something with that because you could incorporate music and some sing-along kind of stuff.
Yeah, but will it fit in the
you could do an Avengers show would be fun there if they could do it.
Yeah, definitely.
They can't do that, but
it would be.
That would be great. Well, that would have been actually great back when the Stars and Motor Car. My goodness, who am I? I need my notes, man. We're gonna prepare ahead. The
Lights, Motors, Action, or
Lights,
something?
Motors, Action car. That would have been a great place to turn into a Avengers show.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's like humans and jumping cars and all that kind of stuff. Or Fast and Furious, I suppose, would be even better, more appropriate. But that's another park.
That could have been a Fast and Furious show. Yeah. Well, here we go. So I'm all about this. Just let the Muppets take over. See, Donna, the problem with a Spider-Man stunt show is I feel like they tried to do a Spider-Man stage show and that never worked out and people got hurt in New York City. But I do like the idea. Just make it the animatronic, obviously. Everything will be fine. Well, I saved Magic Kingdom for last for the statues. I feel like it's kind of obvious. I mean, it's like in my mind, you know, of course you're going to have Mickey, Minnie. You're going to have the Fab Five. Well, Sensational Six. You got to put Daisy in there.
Mm-hmm.
But is there anybody that you wouldn't think of that maybe you would submit needs a statue in the Magic Kingdom that doesn't
the princesses should, in my opinion.
I agree. I think the princesses should. Yeah.
Definitely. I'm trying to think, are there characters? There's not really characters associated with most of the attractions, right? Unless there's attractions like Pooh or things like that. I mean, you'd have to have John from Carousel of Progress, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. See, that's a good one. I didn't think about that right away, but definitely you got to have John. What about the Timekeeper? The Robin Williams voiced robot. That would be cool.
And there's a robot in.
Constance is a good
Constance,
one.
yeah.
You gotta have Constance.
And the 3 hitchhiking ghosts. I mean,
might as well.
Yeah.
Why do we have to limit it to 50? Just make golden statues of everything.
Correct. Exactly.
You could probably do I mean, since it's going to be changing, why not put a Brer Rabbit over there?
That's what I was going to say. Is that too questionable with the time?
That would just be.
Would it though?
As a spectator, it would be interesting to watch that occur.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely not suggest they do that. If I was their PR person, I'd be like, I'm quitting.
It might not be a good idea.
But it's such an iconic
I know, right?
That's all I gotta say is
Yeah,
totally agree with that.
So Donna says Hatbox Ghost. The thing about Hatbox Ghost is we don't have him here on the East Coast. No Hatbox Ghost for us.
I thought we were going to end up with one for a while. Yeah. When it was closed down for that time period. I was hoping that we were going to go back and he was going to be in there.
Yeah.
Why do you think they don't do it?
I don't know. I really don't know. What if you did like trying to think of attractions that have kind of come and gone. I mean, you could do, since the 3 Caballeros came from the Mickey Mouse Revue in the Magic Kingdom, so why not 3 Caballeros? My phone's going crazy over here. I'm blowing up, guys.
I'm thinking Big Thunder Mountain Goat too, by the way.
Big Thunder Mountain Goat. I like that one. Mr. Toad. Should we have a Mr. Toad?
Oh
yeah.
Never experienced.
Iconic.
Can't say.
Pull him out of the graveyard for a while and set him in.
Or just make that one golden.
Paint him with some gold.
Oh yeah.
Gold spray paint.
It's a Small World clock. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
It's a little.
I like that.
A little cutie.
How about from Pirates the dog holding the key ring?
Yeah.
That'd be so cute.
I'd like to have those in miniatures sitting right here.
Yeah, I know.
Both of them, the clock and the dog.
I just have my minion. That's all I need is my little guy right here.
He's kind of golden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Mary Blair Small World clock. Donna likes that idea. Yeah.
Thank you, Donna.
She
came up with that one myself.
Yeah, Mary Blair would be good outside of Small World.
See, I feel like that's someone, we could put her in gold. There's nothing else that could come out about Mary Blair, right?
That's right.
That's all come and gone. It's all fine.
Is it?
I think so.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Coming October 1st. Wow, they added it to the website. Cute.
Yeah. I'm excited. The 50th is going to be fun. I'm not going to try to get down there for October 1st for anything, I don't think, but I can't wait to see that new fireworks show in Magic Kingdom.
That was going to be insane. I can't even think about how bad it's going to be the week we're there, like 2 weeks later.
I'll be there.
It's just going to be nuts.
Mm-hmm. No kidding.
Ooh, I like that one. Big Al from Country Bear Jamboree. That would be, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep. That's a good suggestion. Donna's got some fire suggestions for these statues. Disney, call Donna. She has the great statue suggestions, and make sure you hook her up. Reward her handsomely for her wonderful ideas. Send her a whole golden statue that she could cut into pieces and sell. But yeah, great suggestions, Donna. But yeah, well, that was fun.
I just thought Disney.
Go ahead.
You think the Disney people listen to this stuff for ideas, or do they intentionally ignore it so they don't hear the ideas and they can't be blamed for stealing the ideas?
I have to imagine that Disney whether they hear this stuff directly from like podcast or YouTube or whatever, I think that sometimes ideas do get to them. And I mean, there's plausible deniability. They're like, this is just a good idea. Who's to say we didn't come up with this? Who could prove it? But I do think that there's ears everywhere. Mickey's got big ears.
Yeah, they're listening.
They do have a slightly bigger lawyer budget than any of us have. Or all of us together have. Let's be more honest than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the good news is, how about this trade-off? They steal our ideas, and then they don't sue us for any copyright infringement.
That's right.
I'll take it for now.
That's a win.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
But it is interesting when you're trying to do something that's, creative. You don't want to do something that somebody else has already done. You want to steal their idea. You don't want to plagiarize when you're writing or anything, but you also can't like go back to in the back of your head and go, where did I see that idea? It was like 100 years ago.
Yeah. It's happened in other examples, like for video games and different things like that. Sometimes like fan created things show up in video games, and there's all sorts of fallout from stuff like that. But it's kind of all about like, well, that's our intellectual property that you were using to come up with your idea. So how come we couldn't use that in our thing? It's a big debate.
And I always like what Pete Townsend said. I stole these chords from somebody else.
Yeah.
You can steal them from me. I mean, it's not like
exactly.
It's not like I came up with the idea of a theme park or a roller coaster or.
Yeah. I would be honored if I came up with something so obscure that I knew for sure Disney had stolen that idea from me and done it. No one would believe me, but I'd be like, guys, I'm up with Iago taking over the Tiki Room. That was my idea.
I wouldn't tell anybody that one. That was the worst. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe it was that bad.
Well, some things are better in discussion than actual practice, I guess.
You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Or at least you've seen it on, yeah.
I saw it, and that was actually Sam's first exposure to the Tiki Room.
Oh, man.
McKenna and Sam's first time in the Tiki Room was under new management, and so they thought that's how it was.
Mine too.
Yeah.
And Val was like, this is not it. No.
Yeah. I'm glad they changed it back. I would like occasionally for them to go back to the whole original show. Once in a while, bring back the full original. I realize our attention spans are shorter than they used to be, but I don't know. I'd like to see the whole thing. But that's just me.
Is it still the whole thing in Disneyland? Right?
I don't know.
Or did they shorten it there too?
Donna would have to tell us. I think it's probably shortened there too. But she's saying, I guess they're different. She says yours is really cool now. So I don't know. I know they changed Country Bears too. Like it's not the original show.
All these things I have to do that I've never done. I'm lying. I've done Country Bears, but I haven't done the rest of it.
You haven't done Tiki Room?
No.
Really?
Oh.
No.
You can take your Dole Whip into the Tiki Room, Steffers.
Oh, well, sorry.
It's a great place to eat your Dole Whip, and there's rarely ever a wait.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
I wonder if they're kicking themselves too, because the longer their shows are, the more people they could have brought in during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because that's part of the calculations. When you open up a show, you can add that many more people to the thing. They got to be ready for that next pandemic.
Got to plan.
It could either
for
be
the
next year or ideally
100 years from now.
100 years from now.
Yeah.
After our lifetime, probably.
Let's hope for the latter.
Oh, man.
All right. We've got an hour, but it's been fun. It's been fun. Thank you for joining me, friends.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll do it again in 2 weeks. But yeah, but coming to a podcast near us. In fact, starting next Monday, Steffers is joining the Monorail team. You're going to hear her for the first time on our first July show.
I'll be all up in your ears. Yeah, I said it. There's no taking that one back.
It's out there. Yeah.
Yep.
But
no, Rob, don't say it. It's fine. It's fine.
For those of you who didn't join in the live show tonight, these individuals got a link in order to jump into live show. I'm sharing it in the Patreon Discord. That's where it's going to be from now on. The rest of you are welcome to join in the chat, watch the show. But those that are in the Patreon Discord got a link so they could actually jump into the show, hang out in the green room, be brought in to have drinks and chats with Justin and Steffers. And you could be like Rob. You could be like Lewis. You could be right here with us having a great time. But thank you all for hanging out with us. Again, we'll do it in 2 weeks. So not July the 5th. It'll be July 12th that we'll be back once again live.
Mark your calendars.
Mark
Set your
those calendars.
alarms.
Set the alarms. Hit that reminder bell so you know when we go live on YouTube. Until then, have a wonderful, magical 2 weeks, I guess, unless you listen to us next Monday.
Which you should.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.